Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever you guys are watching this. Today we have a very special guest, Morris.world. I've been dying to interview him for so long. He's finally here, and we are going to get into it. So I've been knowing Morris.world for about 23 years of my life. I'm currently 32, one of the biggest rising stars I know. Super, like so much potential, just such a sick individual, and I cannot wait to just ask questions and just get to know him a little bit more. We don't have too much time today, but we will do what we can with our time that we have. Without further ado, the first question is, Morris.world, if you could please provide us with some context, some background, some lore, some backstory as to who you are, where you're from, just let's get to know you. For starters, thank you so much for that very generous, very kind introduction. I really enjoyed that. Super flattering. I am not that accomplished. I'm not a rising star. I'm trying to be. Not currently. So for some lore, quick little background. Yes, my first name is Morris. Middle name is Dot. Last name is World. I am originally from Dallas, Texas. I'm currently living in New York, just like yourself, the interviewer. And yeah, I've been here for at least a few years, since fall of 2021, starting college. It's been ups and downs, just cultural adjustment. I will go into more detail later on in the interview. But for now, this is my last semester here in upstate New York. I'm currently a senior. I have so many different plans and goals and just trying to figure stuff out, figure life out and stuff. But as I would say, that's where I'm at right now. Growing up, I've also lived abroad. I'm a global citizen. I've had so many different experiences. I've also was in the military for a quick stint, so that took me around the world as well. So I definitely have a wide range of experiences, wide range of places that I've experienced, peoples I've met and stuff. So I feel like that just adds to, I guess, how I read the world. That is pretty interesting. I mean, I'm from New York as well, so I mean that's pretty. Or I live in New York right now, so that's pretty cool. So my next question would be, so why Instagram? Like, why Instagram? Why social media? Why do you waste your time on these kind of useless platforms, right? I mean, is it not a waste of time? Is it not just you just sitting on here and just posting just because you're bored? Like, well, like why? So why Instagram and why social media? So answering your question that you just asked me, so like I've been on Instagram since I was like 13. I love social media. I always love connecting with my friends, staying up to date with what's going on, posting things, just media, pictures, stories. I love sharing my stories. I have had a wild life and continue to have a wild life. I always have the crazy experiences going on. I always have stories coming. And I feel like at the very least that I could do is just share it with people, because I mean, it is just crazy to me. I mean, it's like, I don't think I've really met too many people who have had like just a crazy wide range of experiences and just things they've had to deal with just like me. So I enjoy just sharing them and stuff because, I mean, it's interesting. I feel like at the very least, I mean, hopefully they are. I mean, I would wish they are. But I mean, it's just a wide range of just things that I've had to experience and had to encounter. And so why New York? Why not just stay where you're from? Why you mentioned that you're originally from Texas and stuff. I'm pretty sure the weather is much nicer there now. You could have went to Florida. You could have went to anywhere that was super fun, like nice weather, beautiful sun, beaches, all that stuff. Why New York? Like, why come all the way up here, or even think about going to DC or a Northeast region? Why do that? Why New York? So I moved up here for many reasons. I would say one of the biggest reasons why is because since I was like a kid, I always known I wanted to go to college eventually. And the place where I wanted to go to college at was like the Northeast region. I watched so many movies growing up and stuff that really romanticize the Northeast region. Like I said before, I'm originally from Texas, which, very different, I guess, geographically, culturally, flavorfully, like just in all different levels and stuff, right? The U.S. is very, very, like, I guess when you go from region to region. But anyways, so like, I mean, like New York, Northeast, that's the bastion of like academic excellence, right? That's where things are happening. That's where like, it's New York. Like, why would y'all want to be there? So I've always just kind of romanticized that since being a kid, since like growing up and watching videos, watching movies, just knowing that's where like the top schools are. That's where you will be challenged academically and all that. And I mean, yeah, so that's kind of one of the main reasons why. Another reason why is because I was like, oh, New York. Like, it must be, like, on a map geographically, it didn't seem that far away compared to Texas, because Texas is a huge state. Um, all the cities are at least all the major cities that we have there are at least 4 hours away. But here in New York, I just assumed that it would be much closer, it would be a much smaller state. But boy, was I just disappointed. And it wasn't that bad of a deal, that bad of a thing. It's just that, it's just. So at this point, what would you say are some future goals, aspirations, things that you're looking forward to, things that you want to do in life? Where do you see yourself being in after you graduate? I know this is your last semester in college, so where do you see yourself being at, doing? Give us some insight. To summarize, the biggest thing would be just availability of opportunities, jobs. Things are happening here. You've got media, you've got every single thing here that's going on, right? In the Northeast region, that is where things are happening. Fast paced, young population getting after it, locked in, hungry. It's not the same. It's not the same where I'm from. It's not the same in most other parts of the country, which is not the worst thing ever, because you do have more of like a work-life balance. It's way more chill. It's not as work intensive. It's not as much of that, but I feel like you do have to have that in order to be very successful. And I do intend to be very successful. So that's why I moved up here, and I will stay up here for I don't know how many years, decades, and next time being, just to absorb that and just get those skills and that all that, so that I can just continue to use that to my advantage. So another point that I like to also make is that I also do feel like for like a young person, or for someone who maybe is just either just leaving home for the first time, looking for a new adventure, really trying to push themselves, wanting to grow in, I don't know, an academic or career sense or whatever, I feel like it really does do you so much good to move like super far away from home, right? Or just go somewhere new, go somewhere where you don't know anyone, you were just new there, right? When I first moved up here to New York, I didn't know a single person here. I don't know a single person here. I was just here, I was just starting it out, I was just doing my own thing and just figuring out as I went, right? And that made me grow so much as a person. Now, for me personally, I did already have prior experience with the military and stuff. I had to go to new places, I had to meet new people, whole different spheres of society, whole different just everything, and I learned a lot. But even for college-wise, just coming all the way up here to upstate New York and just meeting people who are completely different from me, people who are just had a completely different experience from me, I learned so much, and I feel like they've learned so much. The people I've interacted with have learned so much, and it's such a sick, just interesting relationship where you get to learn, and it's just an exchange of cultures, ideas, and it is just so beneficial. I feel like it has benefited me so much, versus if I would have just said, oh, I'll just go back home, I'll just stay home in Texas. And yeah, I'm sure it would have been easier. I'm sure it would have been much more maybe fun in some ways, much more just easier to just experience and stuff. But having to be somewhere completely different, 1,000+ miles away from home, having to be there and having to adapt, learn a whole new way, like all these things and stuff have been so beneficial. And I implore all young people, or just people who want to just go above and beyond, learn new things, get out of their shell. I mean, it is so beneficial, and I am so grateful for it. And I really do wish that more people would do that, because you learn so much and you grow so much as a person, and that is the goal. You want to grow as a person. You don't want to just stay stagnant. For my future goals, I do plan on seeking employment either in DC, Washington DC, or New York City, one of the two. I'm kind of a little more DC right now. Before, I was obsessed with New York City when I first got here. Unfortunately, New York City is very expensive, dangerous, and just downright trifling. So, I don't know. I feel like more so DC, but we will have to see. We have to see what jobs accept me, what offers I get. I'm currently in a job search process, interview process, offer process. We will see what I land. May the best win. And that's kind of where I'm at. And also, okay, when it comes to future job, future career, people always ask me, because now I'm a senior, it's my last semester pretty much. Well, still have the summer left, but pretty much my last semester. People are always like, oh, what are you going to do after you graduate? What are your goals and stuff like that? Just like Madonna said in her interview, I'm not a fortune teller. I am not a fortune teller. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you. Like I said before, may the best offer win. Okay, there's so many different things I can see myself doing throughout my time here in college. I have had so many different experiences. I have worked in a wide range of different, I guess, career fields. And so I have a wide range of experiences and I have a wide range of just things I could pull through. So we will see which one wants me, really, and that's one I will choose. And hopefully we can continue this going on, moving forward. Well, thank you for being on our show. Pleasure talking to you as always. Cannot wait to catch up and see where you head to in the future and what you're doing and do a follow-up interview in the next few months, I would say, after graduation and after everything. You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me on your show. Completely enjoyed sharing a piece of my story. If you ever want me back, let me know. I'll be so happy and willing to share more of my story or just answer questions that you might have for me. I absolutely loved it, and thank you very much, and have a great day too, And thank you very much for having me. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today, folks. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Let me know if you guys want me to ask any more questions, what other topics you want me to cover. Just give me any ideas and stuff. I love making these videos, like I said, and I cannot wait to continue doing this. Like, comment, subscribe, and like always, have a blessed day.